Well, I can start with a comment, I guess, opening statement. I think certainly for our program, that's a very, very good win against a very good Purdue team that's really tough and disciplined. And I don't know, I guess we'll go back on film and figure out how it happened, but to our players' credit, they found a way. When it didn't look very good, we did say going in the fourth quarter, we've been here before, we understand that we've got to fight for stops. I thought the third quarter we just didn't do a good job defensively. And when we did force some misses, we didn't get defensive rebounds. And so that really hurt us. They were very intentional about throwing the ball inside, and they were able to get it inside. And then they were intentional the next possession about throwing it inside again. They were able to get it inside again. And that seemed like that just kind of kept happening over and over and over. And then when we'd miss an assignment, we'd go under a screen, they would flare it and shoot it. We tagged it, we didn't help on the screen well enough, and then they curled it and scored it. So I think credit to our young ladies, because they battled against a Purdue team that we have an awful lot of respect for. We think Purdue is really, really good. We feel really fortunate to come out on top.
You know, a lot of times signs of progress in a program isn't necessarily the big wins, but it's like the big moments. You guys are down 4 with a minute and a half left in this game, and from then on in, you got stops when you needed to, you got rebounds when you needed to, and you got shots when you needed to. What does it say about kind of the development of this program with this young team?
Well, to our players' credit, I talked about this a little bit on the radio. There are some things, it would be nice to be able to practice all the big picture things, and there were some things that Purdue did that we didn't have enough time to practice because we were practicing some other stuff that maybe we didn't really see as much of, but if we would have seen it, we would have been prepared for it, type of thing. And so one of the things that we show every game or day before or day of the game is late game situations and how we want to guard some of those things, but we don't practice that as much as other things. And when we had to either turn them over and get a steal, or we had to foul and put them at the free throw line and then get a rebound and call a timeout, those type of things. You know, we don't maybe practice that as much. We practiced in our shoot-arounds. We didn't shoot around today. We went through things, watched film. So to our players' credit, I thought they did a great job of really locking in and seeing it and then being able to go out and do that, if that makes sense.
Talk me through that last timeout. What was your message to the team?
Which one was that where we had scored?
Right before Amaya's
steal, that one. Well, we were talking about kind of positioning and what we were looking to do and how we were guarding different actions and what we were switching versus not switching type of things, and then get a rebound and call a timeout at that point in time. And we were trying to actually get a timeout. I thought our young ladies really helped each other and were aware and were in good stances and guarded the ball side action really, really well and helped inside. And then, you know, one of the first drills that we worked on this summer was kind of, as the ball was being skipped, how to get back to that pass. We haven't practiced that in a while. Moved to the ball, and Amaya just made a great, great play. She really did. And then got it and got fouled, so we didn't have to call a timeout again.
Yeah, that foul was kind of a surprising call, but it was an opportunity, and she took advantage.
Right, and she hit 2 really good free throws. You know, I think that's something that shows a lot of toughness, you know, from her standpoint as well.
Talk me through that possession where Mara scored. I think your last 2 buckets were second chance buckets, but it was not an easy shot.
No, that's what I said to Rachel Panama. I really don't know how Mara hit that shot. Kind of turning to her right and kind of falling a little bit and double clutch, and to put that in was something that was pretty dang special.
You know, I think it's been something you talked about and you said earlier in your talk, your statement, you know, finding a way. I mean, if you look at the box score, you go, you know, it was not a good offensive day.
Right.
First quarter, it seemed like there was nothing can ever fall.
Yeah, that's crazy. I thought I think we took 8 arc shots in the first quarter, and of the 8 shots, I thought 7 of them were outstanding looks. Outstanding looks, and they just didn't fall for us. And is that, you know, excitement of Big Ten play? Is that it's just that it's going to happen sometimes? I don't know. But to our players' credit, when it was 7-7, we finally figured out how to score a little bit better in the second quarter. But you knew that you know, Purdue was so disciplined and so tough that you knew where they were going to go. And even when they couldn't score it inside as well as they wanted, then they got offensive rebounds. Then all of a sudden things started to open up for them. And so, you know, to our players' credit, I thought Sophie Hart came in and played with 3 fouls, and that, we had to trust her at that point in time because she was someone since they're so good at defending screen action, and we didn't do as good a job of screening as we would like to, but we were intent on trying to get the ball inside to her, and I thought she did a really good job with it. Now, we've seen different looks out of them, and that's the credit to Purdue, is they can do a lot of different things. They can guard you one-on-one in the post, and they're so strong. They can double you, swarm it. I think they maybe double it once or twice, and Soph made really good decisions.
Amaya Battle in the last 5 minutes.
Yeah, she played great. She really did. And Amaya's someone that we have the ball in her hands a great deal of this game to make things happen. And I thought not only did she respond to that, but I thought she did a good job defensively. And went, again, to Purdue's credit, every time we made a mistake, we went under a handoff with number 33. She got switched off to Layden, and Layden sat behind the handoff and shot it and made it. But prior to that, she'd been guarding Terry most of the time, and it was sliding underneath those, and then after that, made adjustments. Then at that point in time, I think Ella started using some of them. She had to get through them, so smart kid, and made adjustments.
Yeah, for Mara, just in that game, that 9-0 stretch to start the 4th quarter, where she had that block and also just hitting shots.
Yeah, I thought she just has the ability to make plays on both ends of the court, and we use her in situations to be a lockdown defender for us. So they scored on a baseline out of bounds scenario. The next time we switched to, we were guarding so she could get through that action. We, at the end of the game, switched to put her, and on Allison. I don't know exactly how the play was drawn up, but I know she saw that she was kind of there and saw it and tipped it and made a play on it late game as well. So she really does a lot. She does more than just score points and take a lot of the defensive awareness with her at that point in time. She makes a lot of plays happen defensively too.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
Seems to me like what you guys have been saying from the start of Big Ten media days was find a way. This was a game in which almost nothing went right for you guys on the offensive end, but you found a way. Where did that come from?
I think it just stemmed off of the defensive end. Obviously, at the end, we had a few let-ups. 33 hit a bunch of shots towards the end. Great play, obviously. She was on her radar. She got some threes at the end, but ultimately we buckled down, got some stops. Nice. Turned them over, and then shots started to fall.
Yeah, and I'd say we just always remained together. Like in huddles, we were always encouraging each other and giving each other instruction.
You guys are down 4 with a minute and a half. A lot of great things happened there, but when you went to the line the second time after having made 1 or 2 the first, what was going through your mind?
I was just singing a song in my head, actually, because last year Shimmy said if you sing a song in your head, it shuts your mind off and your body knows what to do. So I was just like, let my body know what to do.
Describe that play that you used, that basket with 13 seconds left. A little bit off balance there. What was, talking through that play?
Terry almost got it on that pass over the top. Just had to come up with it, and then just needed to get downhill and get a bucket. Either get fouled or make the bucket, and it's just how it went.
You guys find a way. You guys today, first 10 minutes couldn't hit a shot. You had some ups and downs since then, but this team just seems to be able to find a way to do what needs to be done to win this year. Talk about that.
Yeah, I think it just goes back to us always encouraging each other and staying together, and we're willing to do whatever it takes. Like literally, we're willing to find a way, no matter what the way is, to get the win.
What was talked about during that last time out? You were singing, right?
That's right. She was still singing. There was a lot of things at the end.
Yeah.
Just like you said, it's always just find a way. Coach said it in the locker room after the game. Always find a way. That's kind of our motto. I think we're playing with a lot of pride and confidence right now, and just wanting to win. I think this team has something to prove this year, and so coming in every game, just confident, ready to outwork the opponent.
Talk me through that last steal. You saw that it was a cross-court pass. Did you track it from the start, or just take me through that final possession?
Well, Purdue's a really good veteran team, so anytime you do anything like defensively or offensively, they know how to counter it. And I was sneaking in because I was like, don't throw it inside. And then I was like, oh, they're probably going to skip it because I'm sneaking in. And then she actually did. So.
Yeah, we also work on a ton of seeing the ball. In practice, that's all you'll hear our coaches say, see the ball, because obviously the ball is what scores. And so I think she did a great job of doing that and then just tracking it and getting that steal.
Were you surprised that they fouled you there?
Yeah, I was like, because I think their coach was yelling travel. Somebody was yelling travel, and I was like, oh my gosh. And then the ref called foul. I was like, all right, cool.
How do you shake off, I mean, both individually and as a team at night when just shots aren't going?
It happens. Obviously you're not going to make every shot and things like this happen, but that's where you have to be really good defensively. And like I said, we turned them over a few times at the end, got important stops, and then eventually hit shots when it mattered.
Yeah, shots are going to come and go, but there's so many other things that you can do to impact the game and get your shot going.
Big Ten opener, pretty big deal. I mean, because now you don't get another Big Ten game for a little while. What was the feeling in the locker room after this one, or on the court when, I mean, you guys have won some games in the last seconds and lost them. What did it feel like to pull this one out?
And yeah, any win is good. Any Big Ten, any non-con win is good, so we're just really excited.
Anything else for either of the athletes? All right, thank you.
Thank you.